Some betrayals don't begin with a confession. They begin with something small, something easy to ignore. A late-night text. A missed call. A change in routine. Or, in my case, a crumpled receipt, buried under a car seat. And by the time I realized what it meant, my marriage, my business, my entire life, was already falling apart. My name is Dalton Mercer. I'm 42 years old, and I built everything I have with my own hands. Roofing company. 12 years strong. Started with nothing but a pickup truck, a ladder, and a promise to myself that I would never be the kind of man who cuts corners. Because my father, he spent 30 years on rooftops. Broken knees. Sunburned skin. But he never broke his word. And he told me something I never forgot. A man can lose money, he can lose everything. But if he loses his reputation, he's got nothing left. I lived by that. And I thought my wife did too. Red Heart # love story, how it all began. I met Marissa 14 years ago. Barbecue. Summer evening. She was standing by the grill, laughing like she didn't have a single worry in the world. That laugh. It pulled me in. She had this energy, like she could light up a room without even trying. We talked that night, then the next day, then every day after that. 2 years later, we got married. No drama. No chaos. Just love. We bought a house in a quiet neighborhood. Nothing fancy, but it was ours. We talked about kids, but she wanted to focus on her career. And I respected that. Because love is about support. At least, that's what I believed. Warning sign # the change. Then, about 3 months ago, something shifted. Not loudly. Quietly. Subtly. She started coming home later. Her phone was always face down. She laughed less. With me. But more, at her screen. New dresses started appearing. Perfume I'd never smelled before. And a distance I couldn't explain. I told myself it was work. She was growing in her career. Bigger clients. Bigger responsibilities. I trusted her. Because that's what you do when you love someone. You trust, even when something feels off. The receipt. That Saturday morning changed everything. I was cleaning her car. Just trying to help. Coffee cups, wrappers, receipts. Then I found it. Crumpled. Hidden. Riverside Inn. 2 drinks. 1 bourbon. 1 cosmopolitan. Thursday night. 9:15 p.m. And in that moment, everything inside me went cold. Because that Thursday, she told me she was at a client dinner. And Marissa doesn't drink bourbon. The silent transformation. I didn't confront her. That's what most people expect. Anger. Shouting. Accusations. But I didn't do that. Because something inside me had already shifted. I folded the receipt, put it in my pocket, and walked inside like nothing had changed. She smiled, kissed me, and I smiled back. But inside, something had broken. Left pointing magnifying glass. The investigation begins. Over the next few days, I watched. Not like a jealous husband. Like a man looking for truth. And the truth was everywhere. Thursday nights. Always late. Showers the moment she got home. Phone never leaving her side. So I made a decision. I called Earl Briggs. Private investigator. No emotions. Just facts. When I showed him the receipt, he didn't hesitate. She wasn't at dinner, he said. And that's when I knew. I wasn't imagining it. Mobile phone the night of truth. Thursday came again. Right on schedule, she texted me. Big client meeting. Don't wait up Red Heart #. That heart emoji felt like betrayal in digital form. At 9:30 p.m. My phone buzzed. She's at Riverside Inn. Room 118. I sat in my truck. Still. Silent. Empty. And for the first time, I felt nothing. Open file folder, the reveal. The next morning, I got the folder. Photos. Proof. Truth. And then came the name. Drake Tillman. My business partner. My friend. The man I trusted with everything. And just like that, my life split into two parts. Before I knew. And after. Bomb double betrayal. It wasn't just an affair. It was deeper. Ugly. Rotten. Drake was married. 2 kids. Another family being destroyed. And then, I found out about the money. $150,000. Stolen from our business. While he was sleeping with my wife. That's when it stopped being emotional. And became strategic. Scales hash the plan. I didn't react. I prepared. Lawyer. Divorce filing. Asset protection. Every move calculated. Every step controlled. Because I wasn't going to lose everything. To 2 people who thought I was blind. Broken heart, the confrontation. 50:00, 55:00. The day she got served. She looked at me like she didn't recognize me. Dalton, what is this? And I said the only thing that mattered. I know everything. No yelling. No chaos. Just truth. End with left arrow above the fall. Drake lost the business. His reputation. His family. Marissa lost me. And I lost the illusion. Sunrise ending. 60:00 plus. I didn't win. There's no winning in betrayal. But I walked away with something more important. Self-respect. Clarity. Peace. Electric light bulb final life lesson. Sometimes, the person you trust the most is the one who teaches you the hardest lesson. Not about love, but about yourself. Loudspeaker call to action. If this story made you feel something, if it reminded you how fragile trust really is, then don't forget to follow, subscribe, and share your thoughts below. Because stories like this aren't just entertainment. They are warnings. And sometimes, they're the truth someone out there needs to hear today.